You know, one thing that's really changed, you know, the sort of modern day Lions tour is the level of support. Because nowadays, I think it must be fantastic, you know, to be, you know, running onto the fields of Australia, South Africa, New Zealand, you know, with basically some of those matches, seeing more red shirts on the terraces and in the stands than perhaps the opposition. You know, so that is something that's really changed. Rob, do you think?
I think it has. It's grown. I mean, 2001, I went for the first time as a supporter, I suppose, and you know that was incredible to see how many Lion supporters were out there. You know, it just lifted the players. You know, they spoke about the sea of red out in Australia, and you know that was plain to see.
Yeah, the atmosphere when you walk out there is incredible.
You noticed the crowd.
Oh yeah, it's very hard not to. Even on the field, at certain points, you're deaf. Like
when you're at home, you're aware just of the noise, the volume, and everything like that playing for Ireland. But with the Lions, like you're probably more aware of it because you're kind of seeing how many of them are there, and they're 50-50 normally, you know, or even more, yeah.
And I guess when it comes to the first test, there's such an influx of supporters come down. You know, no matter how many are there before, it's double, treble.
Wasn't that the Australian one, the first test? The Lions outnumbered Australia, wasn't it? Yeah. And then they came out with all the, what was it, the flags and stuff.
They turned down the floodlights in one of the corners.
There was something like that,
yeah. So red.
Yeah, they just switched the lights off.
Yeah.
That's what shocked me when I came over, was how many fans and how many people come there to support you, and they save up for 4 years to be there for the whole tour. They travel with you, they're everywhere you want, and they love it.
You'll never understand it until you've sat amongst them and walked the walk with them. You know, you see a sea of red in a stadium, you hear numbers like 60,000, whatever it is, but nothing ever makes you understand the true number until you're walking down the street with them. Oh my God, this is literally a sea of people.
The support were allowed to stay in our hotels. We went out and met them as well, and we socialised a bit with them. So we were in direct contact, and they do make a difference. So when you're there in the hotel, it's special. You get the support speaking to you as well.
I don't know if you remember in '89 we won that test series, and you walked in, you were 10 foot tall, and it's just a sea of red. And it suddenly means something. It really does, and it's special. As I said, because it's so unique. Because you were saying earlier on, Doddy, it was once every 4 years. You kind of, you know, you just go, you know, into a different zone. Don't you?
Go on. I think it's certainly it's worthwhile because it's unique for them as well. It is a special occasion. Sure. You all come together, players and supporters, as one, to take on another country, and you possibly don't get that in any other sport quite like it.